of 16 stage 5 league side in West Ham United. So an encounter with the champions would be seen as a pretty daunting task. But it is especially so tonight as Sevilla lost key personnel from last season, struggled with form domestically, and Manchester City have hoovered up one of the most incredible of his generation. No fear amongst the Sevilla supporters who have packed into the iconic Estadio Ramon Sanchez, a 42,000-seater arena right in the heart of the city. Despite the fact that tonight one of their visitors, Erling Haaland, taken to English football like a duck to water, and his Champions League record stands up to scrutiny. He is seen as the final piece of the master jigsaw that Pep Guardiola is putting together. Manchester City Champions League ended in Spain last year with dramatic fashion for Real Madrid, a rollercoaster ride that we are still dizzy.
Erling Haaland.
But they will hope that tonight sees them begin a quest that leads them to the in historic Istanbul in May.
In May.
It has been a day in this part of Spain. 32 degrees, blistering sunshine in the mid-afternoon, but the temperature has dipped to just about below 30 degrees before we kick off tonight. It does mean that there'll be no cooling breaks this evening, although it is still warm inside one of these most stadia in Spanish football. Atmosphere is crackling, and why not too? It will be some spectacle tonight, even if the belief is that pretty much up against it. On opening night, anything can happen. Well, no one could really agree on who was to be in this morning's local papers, but Julian Lopetegui signals for 5 changes with the defeat at Barcelona at the weekend. Stalwarts of recent seasons, Diego Carlos have moved on, but there is experience in the ranks with Isco and plus ex-Manchester City player Jesus Navas starts. There's a lot of debate that will line up, but when they have the ball at least, it looks as if Gomez, Alex Telles will be expected to do the bulk of the attacking. No Eric Lamela tonight. Well, the officials from Italy, the referee is Davide Massa, and the VAR is Massimiliano Irati. A bit of a defensive crisis without John Stearns and Carl Walker. Emerick Laporte on the sidelines tonight. So Manuel Akanji makes his debut, and left-back Sergio Gomez makes his first start. Summer signing for the Premier League record after scoring 10 goals in his first 6 games, and no one is doubting his pedigree in the Champions League. Already scored 23 goals in just 19 Champions League matches. The 2 coaches ready for action. Sevilla, the white and red. Manchester City in the lights with the burgundy shorts tonight. The captain came very close to his goal tally at the weekend, striking the game at Aston Villa. The attention can rest for now. Manchester City's quest for prize starts here in the Spanish heat, with a new signing on, and with every expectation that he will continue to burn up the champion. Sevilla have the best defence in the league last, but the summer departures of Diego Carlos and Jules Koundé have had their impact. They have only managed to take 1 point from their first 4 games at a really difficult time. Kanji forward, first touches for Manchester City jersey. Leo Cancelo's having to play a right in the absence of Carl Walker. Ruben Diaz. Cancelo. Manchester City were held by Aston Villa at the weekend in the Premier. They did hit the frame of the goal twice, missed key chances to take the game away from there. They will be determined to be more ruthless tonight. Good on his first game for almost a month. Now on to Bernardo Silva. A chance to try and cross the ball, but it was a little bit heavy. Not going to reach that. There hasn't been much confidence about Julian Lopetegui in Spain today. One of the local papers carried a headline which said, "Monster is coming to see you," in reference to the arrival of Erling Haaland. Publications, the Stadio, compared him to the boogeyman, warning the locals that you should be afraid. Pep Guardiola says that, despite all the talk about Haaland called down the idea that just adding him to the team will ensure that his league is a lot more difficult than that, he said yesterday. There's a bit of difficulty here for the first time. Papu Gomez. Navas on the overlap. Tutu Navas in the centre. Still Jesus Navas. It's a good delivery, and Cancelo had to be alert. Still not clear. This is a catching. Sevilla keeping the ball and the pressure on Manchester City. Gomez again forward. Keeps it moving. Delaney forward into Papu Gomez. Bernardo Silva digging chance maybe for Kevin De Bruyne to release. Erling Haaland didn't quite get that. Nianzou with the intervention. Feeling that those two, when they do click, will be a force. Just a hit of a tug from Thomas Delaney. Further foul. Cancelo. Shifted about well by Sevilla. They did lose to Barcelona at the weekend, but they were pressing with intensity. The referee is having none of the fact that Papu Gomez thinks he was fouled there. Bernardo Silva quite happy to take the ball away. Now Foden. Just a little bit too elevated for Jack. He's had a bit of a knee problem over the last 4 games against Aston Villa at the weekend, but hasn't had an easy start to the season with that little niggle that he's had. It's difficult to try and play out against a team like Manchester City, who's not here, just about managed it. Nianzou with a really dangerous looking ball. Left a few Sevilla hearts in mouths. Papu Gomez, who looks as if he's helped them escape the trap. Couldn't get over the halfway line though. Manchester City have got it back once again. Delaney sees it back to Bono. Looking for Tellez. On loan from Manchester United. Be eager to tonight. Referee again allowing that contentious decision to go. Julian Lopetegui, the Sevilla gaffer, is not too. Cancelo. Bruno dispossessed very quickly. Possession again. So graceful in which they move the ball around. Bernardo Silva. Greenley looking for Foden. It's away by Acuna. De Bruyne's kept it moving. Now De Bruyne again. Chance to squeeze one here, flicked by Haaland, and it wasn't too far away from decent contact from the Norwegian. Another promising side. Beautiful delivery. Glance by Haaland. Yeah, 10 goals already in the Premier League. This game's played, and 9 of those 10 goals have come with just one touch. It's definitely a goal-scoring monster, is Erling Haaland. Very much the match yesterday was, we can only win this competition as a team. Key components of that team tonight, Kyle Walker in particular, quite a destabilising effect for Pep Guardiola. Cancelo not as good on the right. Sergio Gomez making his play a little bit on the left there. Jesus Navas not happy. Well, Sergio Gomez and Jesus Navas were getting very well up the night. You can see why Navas was a little bit aggrieved. Sheen and the Pettigrew side, right back, and to try and defend, they will try and play out, they'll try and break, they'll try and cause problems for Manchester City. City themselves have been a little bit vulnerable to the counter-attack. At times it is a chink in their armour, a chink that becomes a crack every now and again. Foden looking to try and send Cancelo to this area, but Mianzu just positioned himself. Bernardo Silva. Grealish. Kanji's allowed to wander with it. So they're quite happy to sit off Manchester City until they get to the halfway line. Just a little trigger there, which indicated that Pamagurk is going to try and force City back. Certainly succeeded in doing that. Grealish taking on Jesus Navas. Ruben Diaz striding forward purposefully and making a bit of space. Haaland makes a run. Diaz is still going here. Lays it off to João Cancelo. He can strike them. He might get a couple of deflections, almost took it back into his path, and eventually Sevilla their way out of a very tight spot and give it straight back to Phil Foden. And they were living dangerously. Gomez, Bernardo Silva, lots of one-touch score from Manchester City. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Sevilla trying to stay tight. Grealish trying to get in. And hits the side there. It's the first real dangerous shot that Manchester City have had. Grealish cutting in on that right foot. In the end, he was a couple of yards wide of the upright. Probably had it covered. Delaney. Tellez has played a ball. Foden might not quite get there, but instead allow it to go. From Alex Tellez. Gomez almost getting caught. Playing a ball with Jack Grealish, which was difficult to control. Alex Tellez chase with Cancelo. Edison's never flustered, is he? Haaland running with the, looking as if he can bulldoze everybody. Lays it off to Kevin De Bruyne. White cup. Foden might have to shoot here. I think he was shooting for the stars. Well, Pep said that there was no change in feeling. Every year they start wanting to try and bring success in this competition. This year is no different. It is the 7th time that he has started a Champions League campaign with Manchester City. He is still yet to taste success. He used it a couple of years ago. Feels like a long time since he lifted that trophy with Barcelona now. Nianzou. This is Kama. That wasn't a great ball forward. Rakitic giving it straight back to Manchester City. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Might have to be a degree of patience. What was at least last season quite a stubborn defence. Manchester City will have planned for that. That's a great ball. It's a brilliant take from Foden. Haaland waiting in the centre. And he goes down under pressure, glancing at the referee. Not too many Manchester City fans inside the stadium were appealing. Interesting to see whether or not the VAR has a look at this or not. It doesn't appear to be doing so. Rodri. This is a Kanji. And De Bruyne with a bit of... And that's a troubling sight. Grealish. Gomez with a big cross which is snatched out of the sky by Mono, the Moroccan international. And this is the ball to Foden, which was absolutely terrific and brilliantly taken down. Was there a clip of the heels? Certainly the VAR. I think didn't seem to think so. That's it. Good down. Very tight. Alex Tellez struck it down with him. He's won it back again though. Sergi Gomez. Now Grealish with a menacing attack. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. And again, just doesn't quite get his shot right. Manchester City captain. And can easily convert chances like that. In danger, just let that run a little bit too much. His first touch let him down for once. Many people think that Jack Grealish will probably have a better season a year into work at Guardiola. He certainly has someone to aim at now, whereas maybe last season that wasn't the case. Gomez. Salo across. Salo's keeping it alive. Gomez trying to keep things moving. It's not very often so far that Sevilla found themselves in Manchester City territory. No pit stop didn't last too long. Kanji has found Jack Grealish. Cancelo. Foden. Now on to De Bruyne. De Bruyne. And there the goal monster takes his first Champions League fight of the season. And what a finish it was. Being in the right to punch yet another goal. His 11th in City colours. In just a matter of 7 matches. Foden spotting the run of De Bruyne. Made a brilliant dart. His delivery into the box is always pinpoint. Erling Haaland can rely on that. And once again, he is celebrating a Manchester City goal. Well, you had the feeling, and you wouldn't have bet against him getting the opening goal of the night. He knows how grateful he has for that. I think those two will be celebrating together a few times over the course of the season. See how Sevilla react to that. Haven't been able to keep too many teams out so far this season. A really poor start to the campaign. Had the ability to be abrasive and stubborn over the course of the year, Sevilla, but we haven't seen too much of that. This is a bit abrasive from Jack Grealish. Did say that what you have to remember about Sevilla is that it has had its heart and lungs removed. It is a team that is missing key components, and they are still finding a way to regenerate. Cancelo. such ease. Akanji. Oh, that's a little bit dangerous. Let's go blocking that attempted cross field pass.
Much like if you're new to the channel, guys, you're watching Man City Sevilla. Man City takes the lead yourself early in Holland. So the guys realize that.
Rakitic. And now that's his position. 123 Premier League appearances for Manchester City. Jesus Navas, title winner in 2014. There is the man that they're all talking about now. 2 attempts, 1 goal. Seems pretty standard. This is 20th Champions League goal. Correction, it's his 20th Champions League game. That is his 24th goal. Yeah, he's scored more goals in games in this competition. Here's Foden. Cancelo. Back to Foden. On in. And that ball was dangerous, which was dealt with by Thomas Miller. Got back in to help out his defence. Grealish. Again looking menacing. Just running it a little bit too long this time. To a bit of foul on Kevin De Bruyne. The referee's allowed City to go on. Sergio Gomez, Bernardo Silva, Haaland. Roger. Look at the space for Foden. Took around the corner by Bernardo Silva. Off the defenders, all of them. He does look so brutish when he's backing into defenders, doesn't he? Cancelo's made a run through the middle, not spotted. Foden. Cancelo, Foden again. Trying to get past Acuna, who does his job. Ruben Diaz worked it out to Jack Grealish. Now Bernardo Silva. And this time he is upended by Patrick Gomez. I started to get the feeling of a night that could be long and tiring for that Sevilla back line. They've got to hit the woodwork with a free kick at the weekend. He looks as if he's got his eyes on the prize once again, measuring up the angles. Bono's lined up a four-man wall. Burrs counted his steps back. Foden is alongside him. It's De Bruyne, and it wasn't rippling that side netting. An arcing free kick which got up over the wall. It was just a little bit misdirected. One crumb of comfort for Sevilla after conceding the first goal is that, remember that Manchester City let a one-goal lead slip on Saturday. It was the second time that they dropped points this season, and it was away from home. Rodri just penalised for a foul, Alex Tellez. Gomez. It's a decent looking cross, and Kanji had to be in the right place to intervene. Well, he's had a couple of times with his teammates, but Pep Guardiola had to include him tonight of the injuries that he had to that back line. He looked pretty fresh and alert there. First corner of the game. Dealt with by Acuna will hit it, and it was worth a go. The Argentine bringing it down nicely and then swiping it across the floor. Sort of deflection would have caused Edison a little bit of trouble. Cancelo, De Bruyne. It's a little bit too heavy from Joe Cancelo. The idea was certainly right, popping it around at a quick tempo to try and get behind that Sevilla defence. Cheeky by Navas. Cancelo. Finding Bernardo Silva. Now Grealish to tease and tantalise again. Driving into the ball and it's going to run out of room. Here's the goal again. De Bruyne almost siding the defence apart with that cross from the right through the six. It was there steaming in. Pass from Foden, the weight on the ball was perfect. chance here. Again. He just looks like a goal scorer. Kevin De Bruyne direct. I'll pick up the tempo again. City looking crisp and smooth and graceful as they move up the pitch. Sergio Gomez, all starting to appear lurking. So I by Carmona. Straight up on Nianzou. Dealt with the ball really well there, Sevilla, but they're under extreme pressure from the Manchester City front line. He pressed all over the park and Cancelo's won it back. De Bruyne in a tight space. He was going to get a foul after being caught in a Andalusian sandwich. Alex Telles is not getting a foul either. Phil Foden is. That there were other fouls in the build-up to that, but it was a little bit naughty. And he just come back from a ban. Marcos Acuna. Alex Telles thought that was a foul. Referee deemed that as a rookie.
Can't believe this, guys. Man City. Also. Oh, they look like they're business in this Champions League group. Counter against Sevilla. In Spain as well.
Situation. Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland, and others all want to catch it, heads it down. So white shirt that gets this, and Abu Gomez trying to get it forward and out of harm's way. Isco trying to turn out.
Let me just put it in there.
Winner. And giving it back rather cheaply to Haaland. You don't want to do that now.
A lot of time remaining, man.
He's going to get it again.
Half time.
And it's spooned away by
Smash that like it to 50 likes.
Luckily enough for Sevilla,
Let's go.
there's nobody bearing down on the Sevilla goal. And it was Edison's turn to take emergency.
Yay. Smash that like button if you're new. Don't forget to hit that red button and so that subscribe button.
Let's go. Nianzou. Always balloon that. That's Papu Gomez giving the ball straight to Erling Haaland. They didn't make the most of it, Manchester City, but it's not the kind of invitation that you want to be sending out. Now Grealish. It feels looking for a way through. It's half cleared. And forward and a chance off the break maybe. This is Papu Gomez. He hasn't got too many numbers alongside him, but he's found this go. The referee doesn't deem that to be a foul either. Sergio Gomez is. Just a little bit too hefty. And the elbow in the back from Sergio Gomez, the £11 million signing from. First start for Manchester City tonight. Thomas Delaney filling the forward out. That's a good one touch into Papu Gomez. Ball from Sevilla. Delaney popping it off to Papu Gomez. Look at this touch from Delaney. Gomez just couldn't keep it down. Now that's into Delaney. His first time ball into Papu Gomez. It just sat up. And he plays it over the bar. De Bruyne. And again, Cancelo trying to get in between the goalkeeper, but Bono was ever alert. He's been the number one here for a while, and he's Morocco's number one as well. So here's some of their replacements are ready to go. Terry, you saw a shot right at the end there of Casper Dolberg, who they brought in on loan from Nice. 34 weekend. They have tried to reappear using some of the cash from the defensive departures of Diego Carlos and Jules Koundé, funded the arrivals of Dolberg and also Adnan Januzaj, the former Manchester United forward. Isco, we've already seen, signed on a 2-year contract after leaving Madrid in the summer. Crossing from Gomez, which is away. Goodell. And Diaz into Rodri. The City metronome is setting the beat for the match. And Sevilla is struggling to break the rhythm. Sergio Gomez, Jack Grealish. No one really to take the return, but Kevin De Bruyne has made an intelligent run. He's got the Haaland is lurking. He was thwarted by the challenge from Delaney. Good movement from De Bruyne. Excellent covering from Delaney. It's a first Manchester City corner of the evening. 90 seconds and a bit away from half time. A game that so far they've been absolutely in control of.
Seconds away from half time.
Delivery. Grealish, which was dealt with by Alex Telles. This is Bernardo Silva. Second chance to recycle it. That was a little bit too short. This is Rod. Cancelo. Now Foden again. Into Cancelo. Following him. And one of those is Alex Telles. It just pops off Cancelo on the way going. And Sevilla just struggling to keep up with the manipulation of the ball that expert at.
Smash that get to 50 likes. It's half time now, and it's Sevilla 0, Manchester City 1 in Spain. Courtesy of Erling Haaland, open goal.
Especially one as hungry as that guy. He scored the only goal of the game so far. No wonder he's already smiling. He's 11th in just 7 competitive matches. Manchester City in front at half-time thanks to Erling Haaland's goal. And they 5-0.
It's half time.
This presentation is brought to you by Pepsi, the Champions League show sponsor. Welcome to TT Bet Arena, Trinidad's #1 sports betting company, where you can bet on any sport you can think of. You can bet on Premier League, Serie A, UEFA Champions League, IPL and CPL cricket, as well as English and American League. You can bet from anywhere in the world, including the safety of your home, from your computer or mobile device. So to get started, go to our website at ttbetarena.com. Make a deposit and start betting. It's that simple. You can even qualify for our $2,000 sign-up bonus. And we even have agents in East, Central, and South Trinidad who will meet you to deposit. For more information, call 1-868-287-2128. And look out for our new outlet coming soon to Ramcharan Street in Chaconis. TT Sports Betting Company in Trinidad.
Smash the like button if you're new to the channel, please. Get the likes up to 50.
Presentation is brought to
Waiting
you
for half number 2 to come to resume.
UEFA official sponsor. Also available on the Flow Sports app.
Smash the like button if you're new to the channel, guys. Get the likes to 50.
It's the new home of W.
Cheer me up.
And it feels like great.
That's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Exclusive and unlimited access to the WWE Network, which means more shows. Premium live events, more honor, more superstars. Acknowledge me. Have you got us?
What you gonna do, brother?
This is the moment we change it all. Whoa! Then, now, forever.
This is WWE superstar Raquel Rodriguez, and you're watching Flow, the new home of WWE.
This presentation is brought to you by Heineken and Pepsi, UEFA Champions League official sponsor. Also available on the Flow Sports app.
Just sit back, football support, and enjoy.
smash that like button back. I'll be coming back for the second half between Sevilla and Manchester City. So far back.
Oh, that's an excellent goal. He just keeps scoring. Last sixes. Top goal scorer. This actually wasn't it. It wasn't in at all. As you can see, it's not in at all. If that got through, the net remains to be seen. Well, that is something you don't see every day. That's where the ball went through the hole.
Also available on the Flow Sports app. The Asia Cup Cricket Tournament returns after 4 years with the best teams in the world being vying for championship honors. Countries with the Arab Emirates with the 60-day tournament will be live and exclusive starting at 10 a.m. ECT on match days, 9 a.m. in Jamaica on Flow Sports. Also available on the Flow Sports app. This football season, Flow Sports is one of the biggest clubs on the planet, Liverpool FC. Each week, check out LFC TV exclusively on Flow Sports. We'll take you inside and beyond to catch up on your weekly Liverpool matches, plus an up close and personal at the Reds. LFC TV on Flow Sports. Don't miss the weekly action. Flow Sports, changing the game.
can bet on any sport you can think of. You can bet on Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, UEFA Champions League, IPL and CPL cricket, as well as English and American horse racing. You can bet from anywhere in the world, including the safety of your home, from your computer or mobile device. So to get started, go to our website at ttbetarena.com, sign up for an account, make a deposit, and start betting. It's that simple. You can even qualify for our $2,000 sign-up bonus. And we even have agents in East, Central, and South Trinidad who will meet you to collect your deposit. For more information, call 1-888-287-2128. And look out for our new outlet coming soon to Ramcharan Street in Chaguanas. TT Bet Arena, the #1 sports betting company in Trinidad.
Half number 2 is back, oh guys. Early
Welcome
alarm
back
put
to
City in the
the
lead.
Estadio Roland Sanchez Pizjuan in Seville, where Erling Haaland's first half goal separates these two teams. At the break, Sevilla and Manchester City and Sevilla are making a change after what was a really difficult first 45 minutes in which they really hardly got a kick. In fact, they're making two. And the first is the removal of Delaney. Along comes Jordan. And the second is the arrival of a striker. They played without one pretty much in that first half, with Gomez, Isco and Tellez being asked to do the attacking. Rakitic has come off and Rafa Mir has come on. So it will be a rejigged midfield for Sevilla. A back four in this second half of Navas, Carmona, Nianzou and Acuna, with, I think, quite likely to be Isco and Jordan and Gudeli in the centre of the park. Manchester City firmly in control of the match after what was a really well executed first half. I think Sevilla will be pretty pleased that it was only 1-0 at half time. City have good memories of coming to Seville. Won both games when these two were paired in the group stages 7 years ago. City ran out 2-1 winners in Manchester and 3-1 winners here, including a goal from Wilfred Bony. Remember him? Interesting to see whether Julian Lopetegui can change up his team's fortunes with the arrival of Rafa Mir. Tall centre forward who had a rather unsuccessful couple of loan spells at Wolverhampton Wanderers and Nottingham Forest in English football. Isco stretching, reaching the ball and steering it out into the path of Navas and getting it back. Apart from one chance for Papu Gomez, there wasn't too much trouble for the Manchester City defence in that first 45 minutes. Most of their job was patient, controlled attacking football. Centred on trying to solve ways to crack the Sevilla defence. Isco just hesitating slightly and invited a bit of pressure from Jack Grealish. Jordan. Nianzou. Alex Tellez tussling with Cancelo and getting the better of him. This is Acuna. A chance to cross. Goodell have made the run into the penalty area. And Famir trying to keep it alive. Isco. Jesus Navas. It's a decent delivery and Isco was waiting for it, but City defence took charge. This is Acuna. It's gone round Foden. Foden's come back at him and nabbed the ball. And now Manchester City look to be a threat on the counter. Greatest ball by Rodri. The initiative swings back to Sevilla. Acuna flipped away by Akanji. Papu Gomez onto Rafa Mir, trying to turn. He couldn't get out of the vice-like grip that the City defence had him in. It's a much better start to the second half for Sevilla, although that's not particularly kind. And now a chance for Manchester City to break. It's Kevin De Bruyne, and it's a massive save from Bono. It could be a pivotal moment in the game. And what a mistake that was by the substitute, Jordan. Carmona was never going to get there. De Bruyne looked certain to score. And it was a really good save by Bono down to his right. And it had to be. Chances like that, when they're presented to Manchester City, usually get buried. Gomez with the cross, that's a bit of a hash by Bono. Bernardo Silva in space now. Aiming towards Haaland. Well, he went for the acrobatic, but in the end, fell flat on his face. And what an intriguing start to the second half. It was a beautiful delivery from Bernardo Silva, and he just tried to jump and help that ball in. Might have been better using a slightly different technique. That's two big chances immediately after Sevilla tried to stick Manchester City. That's what the locals want. Sevilla to try and make a game of it in the first part of the game. It felt as if Manchester City were just allowed to have too much of the ball. There wasn't enough of a threat. Maybe the focal point of Rafa Mir will provide that. Rodri. De Bruyne. Glancing towards Haaland, who's told him where he wants the ball. Cancelo has taken over. Bernardo Silva is in proximity. He did take a little deflection in, no. Jean Cancelo was pretty convinced. Rabiot was a little bit frustrated, I think. On the move again, travelling in field. Haaland and he just weren't on the same wavelength. Nianzou could bring it out here and try and find Rafa Mir, but Ruben Diaz is perfectly positioned. It's good awareness by Ruben Diaz. Had a bit of hamstring trouble towards the end of last season, but made 40 appearances for the club last campaign, and certainly was a useful defensive tool. Most blocks and clearances for City in the Premier League last season. Vital that he retains his fitness for the injuries that they've had in that particular area. Kanji allowed to run quite some distance with the ball. Cancelo. Trip from behind by Kuna. A little bit lucky not to receive a yellow card for that. It was a bit cynical, and it's not the time, as Phil Foden is pointing out. That's good from Sergio Gomez. Bernardo Silva. What magic has he got still in his boots? Greenish sending it square to Rodri, who tries one. And he just sets the ball off his line, so thought about the spectacular. It was a great opportunity for De Bruyne to double the advantage. You would expect a crisper, sharper finish from Kevin De Bruyne, and it was an exquisite save by Bono. is a third campaigning succession for Sevilla in Europe's premier competition. They did go out in the group stage last year, something that prior to last season they hadn't done in 5 of their previous 7 campaigns. They were quarter-finalists a while back. Too many people around here that believe that that's necessarily a possibility this time around. Last season they finished behind Salzburg and Lille in their group. This is Grealish, robbing Navas, trying to help him through the Haaland, but Navas did just enough to put him on. Sevilla don't want to waste any time, they want to get it forward again, follow getting them on the move. Acuna. Isco. Here's Jesus Navas, taking on Jack Grealish. He's got Rafa here to let him out of the near post, and it wasn't a bad idea. Again, it's really stretched and opened up now. It's a much better spectacle. De Bruyne behind Bernardo Silva. Isco encouraged to get forward quickly. That's not a great ball cut out by Cancelo, who anticipated the attempted clearance. Cancelo trying to keep it in and make something of a difficult position. I think it went out before it came back in. It's going to be a goal kick. More changes in the opening. And Alex Tellez is coming on. And he's going to be replaced by summer signing from these, Kasper Dolberg. Dolberg, who started his career at Ajax and was very much thought of as a potential superstar of the future. He's 24 now. He's had a few seasons in Nice. He's come on loan to Spanish football. 34 minutes off the bench on Saturday. Get his stars rise again. Certainly a willing runner and a big tall striker. Certainly more firepower in this Sevilla team now than there was before half time. Manchester City rather easily winning the press and then losing the ball before it's given away again. It's been a bit topsy-turvy this second half. With Cancelo for company. Foden trying to get out of a tight spot. Could shift it onto Grealish. Goes for goal instead. And finds it in spectacular fashion.
What?
What a finish that was.
Man City 2, Sevilla 0, Phil Foden, especially the little magician. Oh my days, man. Oh my God. Phil Foden scored. Man City takes a 2-0 lead in the 57 minutes in the contest. I cannot believe
And he
this.
was definitely the finisher. Twisting, turning, and arrowing the ball into the corner. Tight, close expert precision with the finish. Unreachable. It was like he was the only kid in the playground. And it looks like it's going to be a long night now for Sevilla.
And that was coming for Manchester City over Sevilla in the Champions League Group G.
And his teammates are
It
protesting
looks
to the
to me
Italian referee.
City will top Group G there in this group. Demo Zagreb top their group by defeating Chelsea 1-0. Earlier today, guys, I was watching the game. So that's another one as well. Tomorrow is Liverpool, my club, against Napoli away from home. I'll be live streaming that game tomorrow while watching the game, guys. So get that like button for the Napoli versus Liverpool. Let's get lads to 50.
Manchester City scored 18 goals in just 6 group stage games last season. They have been finding the net with regularity again this campaign. Their first 5 games of the season contain 19 goals scored. Not a bad ratio. And they're about to bring on Ilkay Gundogan, who's already chipped in with 2, and whose goals turned the tide in the title race at the end of the last season. It really does help when your goalkeeper is as good as spraying the ball around as one of your midfield players. Takes the pressure off that he can take it in, look for the pass, even if it is a little bit difficult to pull off, and do just that. So comfortable with Edison with his flick. Grealish. Sergio Gomez, and Haaland is there again. Sticking round the back. And it's another example of the delivery that Sergio Gomez can provide from a wide area.
The Madrid leading, guys, 1 goal still over Celtic.
Haaland was a little bit unlucky.
Smash that like button, guys. You took 50 likes. Get the likes up, guys.
Here's the change. The Manchester City fans who have made the trip to Andalusia. Salute the return of Ilkay Gundogan and wave goodbye to Jack Grealish for the night. Just makes a Foden will come out to the left-hand side. Now Silva will go out to the right. Gundogan and De Bruyne will play in front of Rodri, who will stay as the single pivot. He has just given the ball away cheaply over on the far side. I think that was a Manchester City throw. Now the referee has decided that indeed is the case. Gomez actually could have let that run, and it would have been his ball. Big swinging cross towards Vieira, stretching, and couldn't quite provide the finish. Again, a little bit better from Sevilla, who certainly improved since the break. Czech Grealish and Pep Guardiola in a little bit of a conversation. I don't think Grealish was too happy with being withdrawn. Ball stopped beautifully by De Bruyne. And Bernardo Silva is onto it. Haaland is moving towards the near post. Foden is at the back post. Gundogan is lurking too. It's Foden. It's Gundogan. It's offside. And it was a sublime-looking Manchester City goal. Let's just check. VAR will be. Foden is in an offside position when Rodri swings that in. What a shame. Not for him. He will be delighted that the margin is still just 2 after seeing his team beat quite heavily by Barcelona at the weekend. Kanji, losing out to Dolberg, who's squeezing through to Papu Gomez. Rodri is there. Dolberg still trying to keep it alive. City have got lots of shirts back, Vidal. Just didn't catch it. They have to make the most of those opportunities when they present themselves. This is the brilliant goal from Phil Foden that made him 2-0. Twisting, turning, sending Gabriel the wrong way, and then popping it through his legs and into the corner. Waiting in the centre. It's pulled back towards De Bruyne, and that's a little bit heavy for Gundogan. Offside flag was up anyway. More disappointment for Phil Foden. On the outside, Dolberg waiting in the centre. Entirely sure he was aiming at there, but Isco couldn't get it under control after the flick from Bernardo Silva. Wrong choices in the wrong moments.
Foden on the ball. Here comes Man City on the break. Man City! And oh my gosh! Erdigan that scores! Manchester City! He doubles it. 3-0 City. Haaland got a brace. Oh my days. Oh my gosh. Erdigan with a brace for Manchester City. In a big, massive Champions League Group G. Oh my gosh.
They have a new hero. Manchester City have a new hero. And he is a superhero.
Erling Haaland is a beast.
Dancing his way into the box.
Oh my days.
Certainly onside. And it is another number 9 finish from Erling Haaland.
Can he go for a trick? Can he get a trick in the Champions League? Erling Haaland.
And Manchester City are now
Oh my gosh.
over the hills and
What will we do tomorrow against Napoli in Italy? Darwin Nunes can score against Napoli. Hey, that game will be tough tomorrow, guys. Yeah. Napoli, Liverpool. Oh my gosh, we can't wait for tomorrow game. Erling Haaland with a brace. Unbelievable. City still on the break. City has it.
only one goal now from
Attacked by Sevilla.
In Europe that Sevilla have suffered.
Oh my days.
That was when they were beaten here in the group stage by Chelsea 2 years ago. Diaz didn't deal with it. That come back to Rafa Mir, but Foden is there to help out the defence. Haaland dropping deep. Ball will break to Gundogan, and he will send Foden low again. And Sevilla look a little bit stretched. He had to winning the ball cleanly according to the referee. Has let one or two things go tonight. Has allowed the game to flow, and that's been largely positive. He's never going to let that one go though. He's an experienced defender, Manuel Akanji, Switzerland international with 41 caps to his name. Cost £17 million for Borussia Dortmund in the summer. In fact, just a few days ago, I say the summer transfer window that closed the English clubs on Thursday of last week. He was a very late acquisition in that window.
Smash the like button if you're new, guys, to the channel.
The 19-year-old Englishman.
Get to 50 likes.
Some great work for Manchester City earlier last season. He's replacing Phil Foden, who has scored and assisted tonight in the Champions League. Probably scored the goal of the night so far. There is still time. And the other change is Julian Alvarez, who is also coming on. And that means the end of the night for Erling Haaland. We will not see a third hat-trick of the season for him. He takes his place alongside Jack Grealish on the bench.
Ready for City.
It was fascinating to read the former Real Madrid and AC Milan forward Antonio Cassano today in the Spanish papers saying that he didn't think Haaland was all that really, nothing special he said. He believed that Julian Alvarez was probably a little bit better. Delbo running into traffic. Maybe Cassano is just adjusting his view. Alvarez has still got plenty of potential, but certainly I think the tag of special can certainly be bestowed on Erling Haaland. It's certainly clear that Manchester City now have two very impressive strikers. Alvarez arrived in January but only joined up with the squad properly this summer. He's already scored 2 goals in 4 truncated appearances since the Premier League season began. Alvarez onto De Bruyne, and De Bruyne thinks he should have got the corner and he's now going to get one. Sevilla making another change. Andrew Gomez's line is over, and Suso is coming on. Who played in the Premier League with Liverpool before moving to Milan, where he had quite a successful time. Gundogan into Rodri with a flicked header which no one really capitalises on. This is just looking back at the goal that was disallowed for offside for Phil Foden and Ilkay Gundogan when it was down back to him, showing how that was measured by the the video assistant referee. Navas. From here, miscontrols it. Cole Palmer goes and engages. Between him and Rodri, they emerge with the ball, matches the City once more. Cancelo. They don't give you a moment's space, do they? It's Cancelo. And boy, did the goalkeeper have to pull out a very good stop from the rocket boot of João Cancelo. He's already rifled in one this season and he almost had a second. Right-footed, arrowing into that top corner, and Bono had to go sprawling across with strong wrists to keep it out. Palmer. Low ball which is steered away by Mir, but picked up by Akanji, and Cancelo's got another chance here, and he goes for it. Misses the target by some distance on this occasion. That's the third goal. And the last real action for Erling Haaland. Tapping in his second of the night after great work from Phil Foden. But he did lead the charge, picking the ball up on the halfway line and bounding into Sevilla territory. I would say that 12 goals in 7 competitive matches probably represents the kind of perfect start you could only have dreamed of. Certainly the local papers that warned of him being a monster in disguise seem to have got their predictions right. He was terrifying. He is terrifying. Palmer. It's a corner. It's been a tough night for Sevilla because they were outplayed in the first half. They came and gave it a go in the second half with a number of changes. As the game opened up a little bit more, it just meant that City could expose the gaps that had appeared when they committed 1 or 2 extra bodies forward. Zizko. Palmer trying to stop him in his tracks and successfully doing so with a little bit of help from Sergio Gomez. Palmer actually hadn't really featured too often since picking up a foot injury that kept him out of action since January. He did make 11 appearances last season before that and actually produced some really good football. Scored 3 goals last campaign as well for Manchester City. He was pretty pleased that despite lots of reports in the summer, he wasn't one of those that was loaned out. Pep Guardiola kept in amongst the group. Never entirely satisfied. But he will be delighted to see not only Riyad Mahrez coming on for De Bruyne, but the next substitution, which is the arrival of Calvin Phillips to Manchester City's ranks. Phillips, who has hardly featured since signing in the summer. Picked up an injury early in the season, which prevented him really from getting involved in the early matches of the campaign. Julian Alvarez harassing Carmona.
We're heading into
He's
10 minutes
now
of
replaced as well.
in the contest, guys.
And that night, Yanazai, former Manchester United winger, is on.
Yeah. We're heading into 10 minutes in the contest
Suso.
between Sevilla and Man City. You know,
And Sevilla,
they've also
going to get a good look at.
give the man of the match to early.
And just strayed slightly before the ball was played. He was offside. Calvin Phillips is wearing number 4 for Manchester City in the centre of your picture. Did just play a minute against West Ham United in the early weeks of the season. Since then he hasn't been seen. Goodwin trying to find Palmer, who's got it anyway on faces Navas. Space out wide for Goodwin. Palmer keeps hold of it. Palmer didn't see the run of Sergio Gomez down that left-hand side, but Phillips did find Riyad Mahrez, and it's opening up again for Manchester City. Kuna had to watch the ball all the way, indeed. Well, Manchester City haven't failed to get out of the group in any of their last 9 Champions League campaigns. And they have finished first in the group in each of the last 5 seasons. It's going to be a little bit trickier for him. And City have got off to a great start. And how much to rest one or two of the big hitters as well for the final 15, 20 minutes or so. Taking Haaland off and Foden, Grealish and De Bruyne getting early rest too. And it is the start of what is a really busy month or so. September is particularly congested. Here's Rafa Mir. Yanazai. Consolation maybe for Sevilla, Suso. Never really calling Ederson into too much action. Managed to get the shot away. And the ball's been popped into an empty net. And the referee had already decided that it wasn't going to count. Ederson's certainly not happy. He was trying to distribute the ball here. Was he blocked by Dilberg? No, he just fudged the throw. Oh, there didn't seem to be too much wrong with that. Interesting. That may be a slightly different juncture. That would have been investigated a little bit further, but with 3 already on the scoreboard, probably isn't going to make too much difference. Dolberg.
Hey, you know, so we're pretty sure more well do we take a 3-0 with the City
Suso
over
up for
Sevilla.
the company.
That's
Suso
not
takes
bad.
it down. Jesus Navas. So the delivery from Jesus Navas, and he'll go all the way through to Bernardo Silva. And Manchester City sweep forward again. Gundogan now leading the charge. Cole Palmer takes over. Silva. Phillips, Silva again. Happy to just keep the ball, Manchester City, even if it is at a walking pace, knowing that the 3 points is secure and a winning start to the Champions League group stage is certainly in the offing. Here's Gundogan. Across comes Carmona. Palmer keeping it alive with good trickery, and he wins the corner. Still flipping came through to Gundogan, or he thought it was going to. Carmona getting across to help it out. Maybe a little bit of cramp affecting one or two of the Sevilla defenders. It's not very often that Manchester City win in Spain. Now, just have a quick look at this and see if there was an infringement by Dolberg. I don't think there was, you know. Edison just drew his arm back into Dolberg, and arguably that goal should have stood. Laws of the game suggest that you cannot interfere with the goalkeeper when he's releasing the ball. I don't think it was Dolberg who interfered with him. It was Edison not aware of his surroundings. Gundogan's driven cross. Comes back to Cancelo, who air kicks the ball, and that allows Sevilla to escape on the counter-attack. And it's just a little bit too heavy for Adnan Januzaj. And if this is a victory for Manchester City, and it very much looks like it's going to be, it's going to be one of only 4 victories in 14 visits to Spain. Overall, their record against Spanish clubs is improving. This will be their 6th victory in their last 8 matches against Spanish opposition. Mahrez. Suso and Manchester City have been handed the initiative again. Cole Palmer. Tussling with Jordan, who was a half-time substitute. Well, for a long time, Spain was the desired destination for many Brits aboard, but Manchester City didn't enjoy coming to Spain very often, but tonight has been pretty breezy for them. Totally in control of the first half, which they ran and made sure that they had a grip on. Got in front through Haaland's goal after just 20 minutes. And in the second half, when Sevilla changed things around to chase the game, took advantage of extra bodies being committed by Julian Lopetegui. They scored 2 goals on the break, which has given the scoreline more of a predictable feel. Kanji with a header. Being wrestled to the ground by Rafa Mir. And I think that's going to be our first yellow card of the day. And the substitute swatches left boot. Oh, that's dangerous play. Well, there's some reports that Sevilla are trying to prize Alvaro Morata from Atleti because they were so concerned about their firepower. The only goal that he scored so far this season came on the opening day against newly promoted Osasuna. It's a little whack, which has drawn blood for Manuel Akanji. They have used all 5 of their substitutes, so they can't take him off. Well, there's more thinking to do for the Sevilla coach. They go to Espanyol, then Copenhagen, and then Villarreal in quick succession over the next 12 days. And it's the 4th defeat in 5 matches for Julen Lopetegui's men. For Manchester City, winning on the road has been a little bit trickier than usual this season, so this will feel a little bit better than it does for those guys. To Pep Guardiola and his coaching staff, especially with so many fixtures to navigate in such a short period of time. From here, Manchester City welcome Tottenham to the Etihad, then Borussia Dortmund next Wednesday. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers after that for the international break. And then straight after the international break is the Manchester derby. Was a little bit wild from Osasuna. Does like to collect cards. I'll be a little bit fortunate that he hasn't got one time. Chance to add an extra goal to their tally. Punched away, wasn't quite, comes back to Palmer, and now Akanji going in on the goalkeeper, who's lost it again. It's a real scramble, and it's going off the line by Palmer. Manchester City down to 4. This is Palmer. Well, Palmer, who made a really good save earlier in the game for Kevin De Bruyne, shouldn't be able to punch that away. It was a really poor effort. Cancelo, and it's tapped in by Ruben Diaz for 4.
4-0 Ruben Diaz.
Manchester City.
What?
Inflict the heaviest defeats in European football on Sevilla.
Oh my days! Sevilla 0. Manchester City 4. Unbelievable performance by Pep and his boys.
Without reply.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Ruben Diaz at centre back. The Portuguese.
4-0 isn't flattering.
Jeez.
Not with defending like that. Mahrez onto Cancelo. And the record is equalled. Ruben Diaz sneaking in, unmarked, to tap home Erling Haaland style. What a disappointing night. What a disappointing start to the season Sevilla have had. The best defence in Spain last year have been breached 4 times, equalling their heaviest home defeat in the competition.
And look down the ending, guys.
There's the full-time whistle.
Well, that's it, guys. That's the end of it. And
tonight they start their quest to
Man
win the
City
ultimate prize for the first
defeated
time
Sevilla
with a victory in the
4-0.
same country.
What a shocking
Pep
performance
Guardiola knows
by
that Erling Haaland cannot win
City.
this competition on his own, but he has certainly enhanced their chances. 2 goals tonight. That attack proved too much for
Yeah?
Sevilla, whose stuttering start to the season continues. Key absences and departures certainly have played their part, but a home defeat on opening night.
So guys, that's
a
it.
European adventure.
Can't believe it.
They very much got their bags packed for other trips to come, because Manchester City look in a very good mood. Kevin De Bruyne, a big part of what was a superb Manchester City performance. There are questions that need answering for Sevilla. He's quite happy to answer most of them for Manchester City. 2 goals tonight, 12 in 7 competitive games. Means that in Andalusia tonight, a great start for Manchester City. It finishes Sevilla 0, Manchester City 4.
Well, guys, I'll be wrapping up the stream now. Thanks for coming, guys. If you're new, hit that like button. Get to 50 likes and it should 1K. It's done. It's done now, guys. So congrats to Pep Guardiola over Sevilla early on with the praise. 2 goals in fine style. Indeed. Real Madrid. It's over there, guys. It's finished. So, I'm out.